We will now go to a section where we're going to explore more advanced projects using Three.js, the JavaScript 3D library that we've been using in this course. Now, we will be looking at more advanced examples. To do that, we're going to go to the Resources tab and you'll find a link to the documentation for Three.js. In that documentation, you'll find a link that goes to examples. Let's go into some of these examples to take a look right now. So what you'll see here is that we have very interesting examples because we can see real examples that have been made using Three.js. Furthermore, we get access to the source code, so we can learn a lot of things using these examples. For example, let's look at some of these constructions, and what you will find here is that in this example, you can see the difficulty of these types of animations done with Three.js. We've been using Three.js, but this is what is possible using Three.js. Now, at this moment, I'm moving it around with my mouse, which we're going to learn how to do this in our own project. So key things that I want to point out to you is look at how elaborate some of these projects on the left. You'll see there's a wide selection of different projects that we can look at. Here's one. Here's an interesting one, a dancing stormtrooper. And if I want to see how they're actually doing this, we actually have the option in that link down here to see the source code of how to actually do this. I've actually selected a project that I actually want to play with, which is this one right here. It's one of the lists that I showed you. It's here. And it's a wrecking ball that I'm able to control using the Q or the A key. So let's go ahead and take it for a ride. And there we go. We just knocked the wall down. This is exactly the same library that we have been using to build our own metaverse. Mind you, we have not created something this elaborate. We started from zero, but by this point, you already know that it is possible to be able to create a metaverse using Three.js. But by this point, you're learning a lot of things, and looking at these examples and actually looking at the source code that you're going to see for these projects, you'll be able to learn a lot. Now, if you want to play around, I encourage you to try out some of these and play around. And let's go back and you'll see that there's a lot of other examples. So if we go here, we can actually go back here and we can choose another one to actually look at it. So if I go through this, I can just pick one, and as soon as I find one from here, here's another one. You'll see this little tab here. If I go to that specific link, let's look at a different one here. So let's see that one. Let's see an elaborate one. If I go click here, you'll see the code for that specific animation that we're seeing. It'll take us to the Three.js GitHub where these examples are located. So right now, if you want to see this, here's a source code to be able to create all that. So in the following lessons, I'm going to teach you exactly how we can create a more advanced project, applying the concepts that we will learn from these advanced projects, but applied to our own project, okay? So we're actually going to have a lot of fun because we're going to be able to add very, very advanced functionality to our project by learning from these other projects.